well, clearly something's wrong if your dick's throwing up green pus.
They said, what you know about us? I tell you everything. I got what you need. Woke up in the store and get what you want. You get what you please. We about to get it.
Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. It's your girl Boujraii here, and today we have a story time. As you can see by the title, if you're new here, go ahead and click that subscribe button and join the family. We're ever going over here and it's lit. You're gonna love it. I really promise you that. I promise you. Now, if you're a returning subscriber, I really do appreciate all the love and support. Thank you for every comment, every like. It really helps with the algorithm. I love to see what you guys have to say anyways. So I do appreciate that. Without further ado, we are going to get into this video. Now, if you see me in the same outfit as a different video, I'll mind your business. It's the same day. I had to mass record a few items so I can keep y'all on track. That's it, that's all, y'all. That's it, that's all. But I have a story time for you, and this is a nice one. But it's also for any of my younger viewers. I see I have quite a few younger viewers. I need y'all to be very careful. As you can see, we're gonna talk about STDs today, and please watch the video through and really like learn from what I'm gonna say, okay? So let's get into the video. All right, you guys, so this video takes place when I was a young adult. I did have a boyfriend, and for the sake of this story, we're gonna call him Moby. Okay, I don't know, that's what popped up. Moby's his name. Okay, so Moby was my boyfriend at the time, and me and Moby, like, we were in love, child. Okay, we were in love. And y'all, there was a lot of days and nights we spent together, and Moby liked to cheat on me, and my dumb ass liked to stay. Like, I could not get enough. Now, I'm telling y'all, I said young adult, okay? Emphasis on the young. He really would like mess with other girls, and I would find out, and he would cry his story to me, and I would stay, and like we would just go from there. Okay, so I wasn't new to being cheated on. However, it never really affected me. Not this emotionally, it did, but like nobody ever got pregnant or anything like that. Like, there was never no issues in that nature. It was more so just girls playing on my phone and shit. So Moby and I, we used to, like I said, we hung out like every night. So one night I was gearing to get ready to go to Moby's house. So one night I'm getting ready to go to Moby's house, and this is our routine. So like 10 o'clock, I text him, maybe earlier than that, like 8, 9. Finishing up, I'm getting ready, I'm gonna come over with my overnight bag, boom, 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 boom. So I'm texting him, or I was about to text him, and he calls me. Now, oh wait, let me give y'all some backstory, because I'm just jumping right into it. So the night before, like I said, this was our nightly thing. I would call him. I would say, hey baby, I'm about to come over. And he'd be like, okay, see you soon. Whatever. I'd go over in the morning. I'd leave, go home, do it again the next day. Okay, that was our thing. So this particular night, I'm calling. Now, even before I would go over there, we would talk on the phone multiple times throughout the night. And Moby was on house arrest. Okay, I love me a hood booker back then. I ain't proud of it. Saying that. Moby was on house arrest, and so he couldn't leave the house. He couldn't leave the house. He had a scheduled time frame he could leave the house every day, but it was to do something in particular, whether that was to go to work, whether that was to go to his training, anything he had to do. He had to do it in that scheduled time frame, and it aligned with the courts and all of that. Y'all know, if y'all ever messed with anybody on house arrest, y'all fucking know. Okay, so he had to be home to catch them calls. So that left a lot of time for me and him to be on the phone, except for that box rang and we gotta hang up. So you know, so that particular night, let's say it was a Tuesday. We're just gonna throw a day of the week. I don't really remember, but Say it's a Tuesday, I'm calling Moby. I ain't getting no answer. Now there's other people that live in this house with Moby. Why the fuck ain't nobody answering? Then I'm calling, and when you're on house arrest, you cannot have, I'm pretty sure you can't have three-way or something like that. So it went from nobody answering to being a busy signal, like, you know, the okay, so somebody's on the phone. Now that doesn't mean Moby's on the phone, because like I said, he lived with people and this is a house phone. So I'm like, because if y'all ain't know, I don't know if it's changed, but like then you couldn't use a cell phone. It had to be a landline. So I'm like, all right, let me call Moby's cell phone. Nothing. So this goes on like into the wee hours of the morning, and then like maybe around 12:30 or something, I get or maybe not the wee hours, but it goes on pretty late. So let's just say 12:31, I get a phone call from Moby. Now I'm pissed. A bitch then probably cried herself to sleep at this point. It's 4 a.m. and my lover won't answer. Giving it all, okay? I'm pretty sure I probably I was really upset. So when he called, I answer and I'm like, yeah, like, the fuck you been, nigga? And he was like, oh, I fell asleep. Everybody else was on the phone. Nobody told me that you called. They didn't wake me up. Sir, your lying face isn't becoming of you. But seriously, I knew he was lying, or I had a thought that he was lying. Now this story get a little crazier because Moby lived near me and he was close enough that I could see his house from a particular angle in my house, and I seen that lights was on that night. Okay, now I didn't see anybody like going in or out, but I did see that there was somebody up in the house. It looked like the house was alive. All right, so when he calls and he says this, it kind of smooths me over. I don't go over there that night because it's like way too late at this point. I'm going back to sleep. So I didn't go over there that evening. I just like was stink about it the next day. So let's say the next day comes, okay? So, or maybe a day and a half. Like, we'll say 2 days passed, because I think I really did have an attitude about it. So I'm pretty sure 2 days passed. And if y'all ain't know, when a tourist get mad, which I am a tourist, she is a tourist. Tourists be mad, okay? We get mad, right? I'm thirsty. I always have a hole in the lip. So I'm upset. So let's say now I'm not mad no more, or I'm getting my stuff together. I think I had already told him earlier that day that I was going to come over. I was like, all right, well, tonight I'm coming over, whatever. So it's about 7:30, 8. I just finished eating dinner. I took my shower, you know, DA ready, okay? If y'all don't know what a DA is, then y'all too young. Exit stage left. So he calls me and he's like, hey. I'm like, yeah. He's like, so Ray, he didn't call me Ray, but I'm saying Ray. He actually called me by my middle name. But he goes, hey Ray, don't come over. Now I'm pissed again because, God, I ain't seen you in days. I was already mad at you. Now I'm not mad anymore. And you're telling me don't come over? What now? Why can't I come over? So I start blacking. Why? Why, Moby? Why can't I come over? And Moby's like, with all seriousness, and this is before FaceTime, y'all, so we're on the phone. He goes, my dick's oozing green stuff. Excuse me? He's like, yeah, don't come over. I think I have an STD. Well, clearly something's wrong if your dick's throwing up green pus. But where is the something coming from? Because it ain't come from me. So where'd it come from? And whew, child, how would y'all respond? Y'all need to tell me down in the comments, how the fuck do you respond to that? Like, what do you say as a young adult at that? It's like, at this point, I was old enough to know that in order to get an STD, somebody had to give it to you, and you had to get it from somewhere else. And I knew there was no possible way in hell that I gave it to him. Just believe me when I say I knew it wasn't, I didn't give it to him. And he knew that, which is why he's telling me not to come over. So he had to come clean. He was like, yeah, you know, that day you couldn't reach me, I was having sex with somebody. Oh, so the day that I was being ignored, but I could like crazily see that your house was jumping, you were jumping up in the vagina. That's what we're doing. I'm getting fucked over just thinking about it right now, and this was years ago. But I'm just like, why would you do that? Like, why would you do that to me? Like, have you not hurt me enough? Like, wait until I go and like, oh, I can't even do that. But this guy cheated on me a lot, so I'm just like, damn, if hurting me was enough. And not for nothing, that wasn't his first time he got an STD. Now, by the grace of God, and I'm not saying this just because it's YouTube, but by the grace of God, I never got an STD. We were also very cautious for the most part. We used condoms. Young girls, young boys wrap it up because it's very... Sex is fun in the essence, I guess, but it's not worth your life. It really isn't. And a baby isn't the worst thing you can get out of it. Like, it's not. So if I have lots of younger siblings, and I would tell them all, like, really be safe, because it's not just about getting pregnant as a teenager or getting pregnant as a young adult and not being able to provide for a child. You can get something that you cannot get rid of, and it could take one time. And I was actually, as a teenager, I was a teen mentor. What we did was we went around to other schools. I was in high school, and we would go to middle schools and talk to the kids about safe sex and peer pressure and doing drugs and not doing drugs. And so I was very aware that all it takes is one time. And with Moby, I played it safe. I was very safe. Now, he was very honest with me. Who the fuck am I lying? When I was younger, I would say he was so honest. He was honest after he did what he wanted to do, and he was only honest if he had to be. If he could get away with it, he was gonna get away with it. Listen, it's something about tourist men, because he was a tourist. They're really charming. They're really nice. They're really like down to earth. They get you, and about 5 other bitches too. So you just gotta, like, you know, you might fall in love with one, but just guard your heart, okay? Back to the story. I'm sorry, I had to get serious with y'all for a second. So he's telling me that he's having problems in his, you know, in his basement area. Excuse me. And I'm like, okay, well, I'm mad. I'm like, I don't even understand. So you didn't use protection? We use protection, and you didn't use protection with, like, the next girl? He said it broke, but I'm pretty sure they did not use protection. These niggas be nasty. They be nasty, okay? And he said that they basically traded the girl off. Like, one person slept with her, and then the next, you know, that type of thing. I don't know if that happened or not. I'm not sure. All I know is he got an STD. So the next day, we had to go somewhere together, and we are on the bus at this time. No cars yet, okay? We are on the bus, and I'm looking at him, and I'm pissed. Like, ooh, y'all ain't never seen me pissed. Y'all probably would never see me pissed, but I'm... steam coming out my eyes, my ears, my nose, and my mouth. I'm pissed, okay? And I'm sitting there next to him on the bus like, you fucking dirty dog with your burning dick over there. Like, I'm mad. But one thing I can appreciate is there are men, this is why I say y'all need to be careful. There are men and women out here that, one, may not even know they have one, and they just pass it off. Then there are men and women out here who know they have it, and they just don't care. They don't care. They just gonna keep doing what they doing because they don't care. So I had to act like everything was peachy creamy to an extent. I mean, I'm not about to be flipping out on the bus like, we on the city bus. What I'm not about to do is make the situation worse than it already is. So I just sat there and I was like pissed. I'm pretty sure I was crying. I was upset, and I was just like, how? Like, how? And on one end, it's like, okay, yeah, I'm happy you told me. But then on the other end, it's like, you still did it. And this is what your dumbass gets. Like, that's how I felt. So time goes on. Of course, whatever he had, I don't remember exactly which one it was, but it was curable. He went, he got cured. I'm sorry, I don't know where I left off. I keep getting interrupted. But I basically had to, like, rethink, because every time I would look at him, or every time I would, like, want to even be in a different space with him, I would be like, I would remember that call. And I got really nervous because, like I said, as a teen, I was a mentor. So I knew that you might sleep with one person, but them sleeping with one other person, and maybe if that person slept with 5 people, now you really slept with 6 people. And the tree just goes on and on and on. At least that's how they explained it to us and how we had to present it to these middle schoolers. So I'm in my head like, so you slept with her, and she also slept with your friend, whoever your friend slept with, and then, like, it's just a lot going on. And I knew the friend was giving it up to a lot of people. He was giving his junk up to a lot of people. So, I mean, so was Moby, though. But anywho, I'm like, okay, this is like, it really bothered me. It did. And just knowing that it takes one time, you know, like, this is for everybody. HIV, AIDS, they don't have a symptom all the time. You know what I mean? Like, you could be infected for years and not know. Like, that's the, like, the scary thing is, like, I had the pleasure of meeting somebody who had a very remarkable but very unfortunate story. She was 14 and she was in love with a guy. The first time she lost her virginity to him, I'm pretty sure she was 14 when she lost her virginity. She got infected with HIV, and it was very, very sad, because now at 14, you have to live the rest of your life with HIV. And there are some people who have it because it was passed along from their parents. Like, you just never know. And now I'm very like, can you go get tested? Like, because it's very important that everybody gets tested. It's very important that you know your status. That you know your status, and that we're not out here just infecting people and reinfecting people. Like, it's very important that if you get something, you make sure your partner gets tested. I was tested after he explained what happened, just to be safe. And because I hadn't been over there, because I was mad from the phone call and then mad again, I was okay, luckily. But that was by the grace of God, because it could have very much went an opposite way. It could have very much went where he told me that and we had already did it, because I was like, okay, like, you were asleep, whatever. And then, you know, I could have got it. But that isn't what happened. And I was thankful that he wasn't, I mean, I'm pretty sure I think he was in pain too. So, like, he wouldn't have been able to do that. But I'm thankful he didn't just let his hormones get the best of him and, like, just pass it along. But there are people out here who don't know, you know, STDs are more common than people think they are, and you just have to be careful. And even condoms, like, condoms don't protect against herpes. Like, you need to be careful. You need to inspect your mate, and even getting them tested may not save you in essence, but it will definitely deter. You know what I mean? That's why you just have to be vigilant. You have to be careful when you're having sex. Like, this goes to all my viewers, but especially my younger viewers. I know I have some cousins, some siblings that watch. You have to be careful. Like, it's your body, it's your life, and you have to take care of it, because nobody else will. And you can't say just because you're in love is one of the most powerful drugs ever, that person isn't doing anything to jeopardize you. They very much could be. So you need to be careful. I cannot stress that enough. And when I was a mentor and meeting these people that were younger than me, some were older than me, but they lost their virginity at a younger age and was like sexually active a lot earlier, and they were catching STDs and they were doing things. You don't, there's a lot of stereotypes behind STDs, but it could be anything, and you just don't know. There could be some very dark history behind a person and how they got something, and they may not even know. Like, especially if you're younger, like y'all high schoolers, y'all middle schoolers, just wait to have sex. It's not all that it's cracked up to be. Just wait. But I promise you, a baby is not the worst thing that you can get out of it. And now that they're overturning Roe versus Wade and all of that, you really need to wait. Okay, you really should wait. Just wait. And I say all of that because it'll always be out here. It's always going to be around. It's always going to be here. And you'll always get the chance to do that. But you may mess up your life in essence if you do something way too soon. And then you go to your little friends. They don't know shit. Okay? If you're 15 and you're doing it and that person's 15 and now you're asking another 15 years, none of y'all know shit. Okay? None of y'all know shit about shit. Go talk to an adult, even if it's not your parent, a trusted adult. I had an older aunt who I was able to go to about majority of everything, and she kind of kept me grounded with a lot of things. But I promise you don't want to get caught out here and then regret it for the rest of your life, like, or even for a week. You don't want to regret it. You don't want to regret it for a week. You want to be able to be cautious and, save your body. I also wanted it to be a very informative story time. It wasn't what I was going to do at first, but I was like, there are a lot of people that need to know, like, what's going on. And I know a lot of people be like, oh, I hate condoms and I hate this. And a lot of guys might be like, if you love me, you wouldn't ask me to put that on. Have you been with somebody else? Get tested. The first thing anybody that is sexually active could do is go get tested. There's a lot of places that will test you for free. Okay, other places, use your insurance if you have it. Go get tested and make that person get tested, especially if you think you're going to do something without a condom or protection of any sort. Go get tested, and that way, that at least lets you know in the time frame that y'all get tested, y'all are okay. But also remember, if you did not know, it sometimes can take up to 6 months for HIV to show up in your blood. So be careful. If you did have some risky business, 6 months later, get tested again. Okay? So I can't explain to you enough how many people I've seen go through different things because they just weren't careful. But enough of me rambling. I'm really starting to open up and let y'all in my life. I hope you guys are enjoying that type of content. If you have any tips, any tricks about the storytelling, if there's anything you love that I do, anything you dislike that I do, leave it in the comments. If there's any stories you might want to hear, leave it in the comments. If you have any stories like this or any advice to younger viewers or even older viewers, leave it in the comments. Like, this is a very serious topic. I know I made light of it because I'm joking, but it's a very serious topic that could have very well been bad for Moby in essence. And one of the reasons me and Moby had to break up, he cheated on me, and therefore I can't keep taking this risk with my body, with my time. Look, fuck my heart, okay? Like, yes, my heart's broken, whatever, but after so long, just like anybody in a mentally, emotionally, or physically abusive relation, you become numb to a lot of things. After the cheating for so long, you get a little numb to it. Not to say that's right, you need to value yourself, but I was young and I was dumb. I stayed, but then one day I was just like, you're gonna get me killed, okay? And not like gunned down, but like, you don't know how to just control yourself. Everything is a reaction from your hormones, and you're not protecting yourself. And in essence, you can't protect me then. We had to break up because I was like, this is just crazy. And I really do encourage anybody who has somebody cheating on them to break up, especially if it's a multiple thing. Like, mistakes happen, I'm not judging nobody that stayed with somebody and a mistake happened. But with serial cheaters, especially ones that are okay with just like sleeping with people raw and stuff, let it go, because you just don't know. You don't know. Or you're gonna have to keep getting tested. And you don't want to do that either. So just let it go. It's too short of a window. Alright. But I am going to cut the video here. And I'm going to get this up for y'all. Once this is up, you'll be seeing a few others. Make sure you check out all the story times. There's a whole playlist now, y'all. There's playlists for y'all. Make sure y'all check out all the playlists and anything you would like to see me do. I'm thinking about doing some TikTok hacks. I said that before and I never got to it, but I'm really thinking, to do some TikTok hacks and the sweet pill. Anything y'all want to see me do, put it in the comments below. And I will see you in my next one. Bye.